Hey you guys, it is your girl Natural. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe button, hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. Let's talk about the narcissist not actually really being capable of real love. Now, if you landed on here, you like me are probably an empath. You probably got wrung dry like an old dirty rag by the narcissist, and you're finally picking your life back up and getting back to those things that you love, rediscovering the beautiful aspects of your personality, but there comes those times where you just relive the heartache and trauma and pain, because it really is pain. It's like you really were an old rag that they just kept wringing out, but now somebody put some Gain laundry detergent on you. You're smelling fresh. You are dry and fluffy and soft. But sometimes those wounds, that pain, it just comes back up. And you just kind of like ask yourself, what the heck was that? What was that train wreck that I went through? I don't think it ever goes away. Like, let me just go ahead and candidly say, I don't think it ever goes away, guys. I think it's something that you're going to live with for the rest of your life. There is a sadness that'll just come over you. You'll be totally fine, but there'll be just a sadness that comes over you when you think about the pain and the heartache that you went through with the narcissist. And usually it has something to do with the fact of like you being happy. That sounds so bad, but it's like they didn't allow you to be happy unless you were praising them, unless you were being obsessed with them, unless you were giving them good supply. That is their definition of love, basically, if you hadn't figured it out. It's like, praise me, and that will be your proof to me that you really love me. And if you don't do that, then they're absolutely horrid. You basically will have these moments, where that old version, that old shell of yourself will get really sad, will get really upset, and you're pretty much trying to figure out why. For me, usually it's when I see behaviors in other people that remind me of the narcissists that were in my life, like when even if it's someone on TV, you just might see someone, doing that performative empathy, as Dr. Ramani likes to call it, or you might see someone who is, kind of throwing people under the bus, or you might see someone who is projecting their own issues onto someone else or onto you, if it's that. And you will suddenly just get flashbacks of the narcissist, and you'll be okay for a second, but then you'll get home and you'll think about it and you'll be like, oh, I feel rough right now. I feel kind of sad. I feel kind of, like I'm getting weird flashbacks. I'm feeling kind of sad. What is that about? It's because I think it's always going to be there, the trauma that the narcissist left. And I don't think it's 100% a bad thing. I actually think it can be a good thing. I think it could be a good thing in the way of that now you have this superpower, because it is a superpower, surviving, living to tell the tale, and being able to help others. That's basically the gift that you got out of this. That's basically the positive that you'll be able to take away, is you'll be able to help others. Now, with that being said, the narcissist is not really being capable of love. I was looking at this video from a lady who talks about this a lot. I really recommend you follow her channel. Her name is Rebecca Zung. And she was, just look up this video, The Narcissist is Always Watching You, or The Narcissist is, I think it's actually just The Narcissist is Watching You, from Rebecca Zung, and it's on YouTube. And she basically gives these reasons for why the narcissist is always friggin' watching you. And I bet some of you out there are like, you're right, Naz. You're like, it's true. The narcissist is always watching you. And I don't mean like spying on Facebook or which they also do that. But I mean literally just staring at you, like staring down your throat, whether you're in person together, whether you're with a group of people, you look over and you just catch that stark glance at yourself, whether you're on a Zoom meeting, like everything switched to Zoom at one point, and the narcissist just knows what you're doing. If you chuckle, they get a smirk on their face or something. Like, they basically show these little micro expressions that show that, hey, they're following you, or they actually might comment and say, ha ha ha, whatever, I don't know. But they are watching you. And I started to think, like, okay, let me go back. then I was also watching a video from Dr. Romney, who is like my guru when it comes to stuff with narcissism. I also really like Psychology Today. I feel like those are pretty much my go-tos. Psychology Today and Dr. Romney. But I also look at a lot of stuff. And Dr. Romney was saying, the narcissist, I don't think she said it in these many words, but she basically was like, the narcissist love is obsession, And that kind of blew my mind, because she gives this example of this woman who she was in love with this guy. And let me know, you guys know, like, the narcissist can come in many forms. It could be a partner, like a romantic partner, yes, but it could also be a family member, somebody who you work with, a friend, whatever. But this particular instance, Dr. Romney was telling about a client who was in this relationship with this narcissist, and he was very obsessive with his love. He would send all of these letters. He would come to where she was, and in the end, she became obsessive too. And he would write her these letters, conflating about how, she was the love of his life, and she would never find another love like him again. And y'all, one day after all of the train wreck was over, and she was like, you know what, I need to get on out of here, because she had seen that her life, her well-being, her mental health, her spiritual health, all of that was being jeopardized, as what happens when you're around the narcissist. After she had got out, she had looked in his stuff and found a letter to another woman saying all the same types of stuff, right? Okay. So I had gotten to thinking about that. The narcissist is always watching you. And then what Dr. Romney talks about the differences between love and obsession when dealing with the narcissist, and this idea of performative empathy that she really, really delves into. And so, to my understanding, she's way more eloquent than I am, and she just look at her videos, she'll describe it in the best way. But to my understanding, performative empathy is like, they're empathetic when someone else is watching, right? Like, real love is the joy of being around someone, and you can literally just be vegging out and sitting on the couch and not really doing anything, and that's okay. There don't need to be like these little forced fill in the blank moments. You don't need to be in front of an audience, where they're pinching your cheek and, doing all the stuff. That's what real love is. Real love is like the little things. And narcissists, their love is a performative love. It's like, I'm going to send you this big bouquet of roses in front of all of your coworkers. And Dr. Romney is like, but I'm not going to unload the dishwasher for you. But that's what you really need, is to unload the dishwasher. So I was thinking about that, guys. I was thinking about that. And I think back on the narcissists that were in my life. And it is so true. They're really not capable of love. Well, let me take that back. The way Dr. Romney breaks it down is, she's like, she's like, it's complicated. She's like, a lot of people ask me, can the narcissist love? She's like, it's complicated. She's like, they have a different version or idea of love than you do. And I think that's a better answer. Let me give you a perfect example. I was talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta the other day. We talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta on this channel. It's a show I really enjoy, not as much recently. I think it's become very kitsch and kind of unempathetic and mean, and, it just seems like they're using these women for, reality TV clickbait. I don't know. But, it's still an entertaining show. It's kind of one of those vices. It's not like you're going to watch it and feel like a better human being. Well, maybe you will. But it's more just like, one of those dirty little vices. It's like a reality show TV, whatever. And we talk about on the channel how some of the women are very empathetic. They wear their heart on their sleeves. They are the type of women who are like me, honestly. They really expect for friends to support them no matter what. If they start a business venture or project, for example, even if that project is kind of in its growing phases, it's not really perfected yet, it still needs some work, they want the friends who are going to be there to really say, you can do this, this is wonderful, you've done a great job, even if there are those little snags in between, because they believe in you. Whereas there's another type of personality of women on the show. I won't call them narcissists, but I think it's very calculated. They're much more put together. They have much more of a formulaic idea of what friendship is. And I think that kind of borders in line with the narcissist being unable to have the type of love that the empath has. It's like, for example, these women on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the ones who are a little bit more, I won't say cold and stoic, but they are much more sort of just like business women, and they're treating this show like a business. It's like, I'm not here to really make friends. I'm here to save face and to work on my projects and to live my life. Don't ruffle my feathers, just admire me. It's got some, crossover points with narcissism. But again, I won't say that these women are narcissists. But essentially, that's what it comes to, right? The narcissist, when they say love, and I'm telling you, this comes on the level of romantic partnerships, to even your friends, to your coworkers, to your family members. Everybody needs love, right? But the narcissist, their idea of love is truly just obsession. It's just obsession. And it's just strategy. It's like the same way that Rebecca Zung talks about how they're always staring at you. She gives a few reasons why the narcissist is always staring at you. It is either to size you up, to understand who you are. Why is everybody so interested in what you're saying? Why do you walk around with such an air of confidence? It's really just to size you up. It's almost like when dogs stare at each other, and one is just like, it's like, it's just to figure out, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you from? What you got? It's like sizing you up. The other reason she gives is to attract you. They're trying to look at your mannerisms, figure out what type of person you are, to figure out how to make you their supply, to figure out how to love bomb you, the right things to say, what you like, what kind of actions you like, what your interests are. They're really trying to understand how to attract you. And that's what their love is. Their love is just formula. It's just formula. Like it really is that performative empathy. They don't have real empathy. And oftentimes when you move on, it'll still be there, like even if they are begging for you to come back into their lives, oftentimes they'll be holding something over you, or trying to hold something over you. And that's not what real love does, that it'll be like, that they will want to extort you to come back into their lives because, hey, they saw that one time that you said you were on a gluten-free diet, but I saw you eating those chocolate muffins. It's like, or whatever it is, like they know that when you were 5 years old, you pushed your sister down in the grass and you said it was your brother, and you told them that one time, and they just weirdly are hanging on to it, and you look in their eyes and you just see, oh my God, they know that I pushed my brother. I like, those are bad examples, but you get what I'm saying. It's like their love is not, they're not capable of real love. They're really not. And it just reinvalidates the reasons why you just go no contact. Have those people in your life who really can give you the type of love that you need. The really, truly empathetic love, the love of like, I'm trying to think of my mom and my sisters and my husband and my best friends, the kind of things that they'll do, just the things that I said, it's like, even if you're working on a project, say, for example, and it's not truly crystallized yet, but it is something you're really passionate about. Real love is someone cheering you on, even though it's not totally crystallized yet, because they know that you love it. Performative love, the fake empathy love is in front of people cheering you on, but behind closed doors, pulling you down and breaking you down. Real love is someone like, sharing in the conversation, like they tell you things that they're interested in, and you go and you look into those things, you read those books, and you check out that TV show, even if it's not totally your taste or whatever it is, and they do the same for you. You say, oh, I'm really into this artist recently. I can't get enough of this comic artist. And they actually go and look at it, and they're like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Or it's, they send you an article from this publisher or whatever, and you actually read it and you can discuss it together. And you do the same thing. You send them this Instagram video, and you say, hey, did you check this out? And you can actually chat about it, Narcissists, their love in that respect is like, again, when people are around, oh, you know what? I bought that book that you recommended to me, But when people are not around, it's like you ask them, hey, did you read that article that I sent you? Oh, I haven't gotten to it. You know what I mean? It's like the people who really love you, when they see that you're excited about something, they're going to really be there for you. If it's a romantic thing, it's this showy loves that you got to be skeptical of. The narcissist, they don't intuitively know that you just need your back rubbed. Like, oh my God, I've been on my feet all day working. Like, I need my neck rubbed. No, nothing there. They don't know that. No. But if you're in front of their whole family, they're like, baby, I've bought us 2 tickets to Hawaii. It's like, and even though y'all in debt, I got us 2. It's like, no. I didn't need that. I didn't ask for that. I just need a back rub right here. You know what I mean? It's that thing. Like, the narcissist is just, their love is different. It's not a love that the empaths have. And, I can speak candidly on this in a very personal way. The narcissists that were in my life were friends. They were friends, and one of them kind of bleeded over into a professional space, and it was horrible. It was horrible. Just at the end of it, like, how can I say this? At the beginning of it, let me go back to the beginning. The narcissist makes you feel like they really love you because they are always watching you. They learn everything about you. They want to know what you're doing all the time. They literally just want to know about every single thing in your life, and it's almost like it's not until later that you feel like you are obligated to spill out everything in front of your life to them, but in the beginning you think that it's genuinely they're concerned about me, they like me, they want to know what's going on in my life. It's not until later that it feels really intrusive. It feels like a duty to be their friend, to be their partner, whatever it might be. It's not until later that you figure out, it's like, oh, maybe it's not that they love me so much that they want to know everything that I'm doing, everything that I say, whoever I see, wherever I go. Maybe it's not that they're just so interested in who I am as a person, but it's like Rebecca Zung said, they're sizing you up, They want to know how to make you their perfect supply. It's creepy. It's really, really creepy. The narcissist love is creepy. I don't see any other way to put it. And when you do finally get out of their life, when you do finally move on, they're going to put somebody else into that same place. They're going to get another source of supply. And if you ever are curious, you'll actually look at what's going on in the life of this new source of the supply, and you'll find them doing the same things that you did. You'll find them seeking out similar enemies, as a flying monkey sort of subconscious will of duty to the narcissist. You'll find them sort of living out the same game, that lifestyle of living your life really unhealthily and not really focusing on yourself, because everything needs to be focused around the narcissist. So yeah, that's the narcissist's love. The empath's love is like, can you recognize those little things that I need? Can you just be there in a very authentic way for me and love me and give me the support, the cheering on when people are around and when people are not, when we're alone or when people are around? Can you be positive and selfless? The narcissist's love is much more like, what can I do to garner and gain attention from those around us when I show these big shows of love? What can I hold against you and hang over your head? So I hope I explained that pretty well, but I really want to know what you guys think. Have you guys experienced some of this? Let me know in the comments. And again, if you're new to this channel, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button. Hit that bell so you know whenever I post a video. I want you to join our little community. See you next time.